Explosive new discoveries following the death of Ashley Fallis.
Yeah, talk about anything, man.
I'm not going to give you anything.
The mother of three shot and killed 3 years ago. Her husband, a Weld County Sheriff's deputy, said it was suicide. Now, Tom Fallis is charged with his wife's murder.
Did you kill your wife?
Tonight, the bombshells we uncovered about deputies who responded that night and the evidence they're accused of failing to report. And it is that evidence and those deputies who now face serious questions. Experts say one deputy could even be charged with accessory to murder. Good evening, I'm Jeremy Hubbard.
And I'm Shaul Turner, in for Deborah Takahara. We first reported on this case exactly 1 year ago, and authorities credited our Justin Joseph for the new evidence he uncovered reopening the case, leading to murder charges against Tom Fallis. Justin is live with these new developments and shocking new accusations. Justin.
Shaul, you know, I received a tip about this last week and have been working on it since to confirm it. The accusations center around one deputy who waited 3 years to finally come forward, telling authorities he heard Tom Fallis allegedly confessed to shooting his wife Ashley, killing her. Today I spoke with Ashley's mother. She tells me she is shocked and saddened by these developments. New Year's 2012, a celebration turns to tragedy as Ashley Fallis passes from a single gunshot wound to the head. In response, dispatch reports show one commander and 5 deputies from the Weld County Sheriff's Department respond to the Fallis home to assist the Evans Police Department. But in a shocking development, we've learned not one deputy filed any reports.
Are you from Fox News?
I am.
You need to speak to the Sheriff's Office PIO, please.
We went undercover to ask those deputies why.
There was no one who told you not to write reports that night. I don't know. I got asked that very question, and I truly don't recall as to whether or not we were told not to, or we just didn't. In fact, I believed that I had.
Now this deputy, Chris Graves, is suspended and the subject of an internal affairs investigation.
I mean, I guess my question is there...
What's your question?
Is there a reason that you guys didn't turn that in?
We asked Graves about the new allegations. Sources say he heard Tom Fallis confess and failed to tell investigators about it until last month.
Like I said, I don't have any comments for you.
He's saying, oh my God, I can't believe I did it. Oh my God, what have I done? Oh my God, what have I done? He said that 3 or 4 times, and then his parents kind of hushly said, what? What are you saying? And yeah, I remember I heard him distinctly say, I shot her. It's the same thing Nick Glover, a former neighbor, said he also heard that night. Glover's statement, which we uncovered last year, led to the arrest of Tom Fallis in Indiana, and we were there.
Tom, did you kill your wife?
And now today we're uncovering even more details about the night of Ashley's death. We've confirmed that night, Tom Fallis texted his boss, Jeff Rodriguez, at the Weld County Jail saying, quote, "They think I killed my wife." Rodriguez immediately called his boss, Stephen Reams, who is now the Weld County Sheriff. According to dispatch reports, the sheriff's office sent 5 Weld County deputies to the scene, and all were monitored by Reams. Keep in mind, this is an Evans Police crime scene. In what one source called a highly unusual move and one against department protocol, none of those 5 deputies filed police reports. The dispatch reports identify the deputies as Commander Paul Wood, deputies Brian Spencer, Patrick Bailey, Andrea Rush, and Chris Graves. Sources identify Chris Graves as the deputy who allegedly heard Fallis's confession, and when police interrogated him, he gave no explanation as to why it took him 3 years to report it.
When you overheard him confess, why didn't you come forward?
I can't comment on that either, nor will I.
Do you think you owe the family an explanation?
I'm not giving you anything, man. Sorry.
Other than that, you've had no involvement until March 19th.
I sat down with Sheriff Reams yesterday and asked him what he knew and when he knew it regarding his deputies' actions.
This wasn't about protecting the reputation about the sheriff's department?
I can't answer that question. I don't know what the deputies did independently, but there would have been no motivation to do so. They weren't directed to do that. They were never addressed about that. This was simply a case of we're investigating to find out if our policies were correctly adhered to.
The Sheriff Department under Reams' leadership now joins the Evans Police Department as the target of serious questions raised about misconduct at both agencies.
It's outrageous.
The family isn't commenting, but their attorney questions whether an outside agency should step in.
This is classically the kind of case where the Attorney General steps in. They certainly have jurisdiction, and when it has to do with multiple jurisdictions, and especially the alleged wrongdoing of law enforcement people within those jurisdictions.
Rex says Chris Graves could face a conspiracy to commit murder charge if he concealed evidence which will now be instrumental in prosecuting Tom Fallis for his wife's murder. And in the meantime, Ashley's parents have been robbed of their grandparents' rights, and the children remain with his parents, to whom he allegedly confessed. The family has called on the Weld County District Attorney and the Attorney General to open a criminal investigation into this matter. They want prosecutors to offer immunity to those accused so they start naming names. Reporting live, Justin Joseph, Fox 31, Denver.
Thank you, Justin. And of course, we've been covering this case from the very beginning. And it was Justin Joseph's reporting that led investigators to reopen this case. For a look at how the case has evolved, just go to KDVR.com and search Fallis. There you'll find all of our stories from over the last year.